When you hear the word narcissist today, you probably picture someone obsessed with taking selfies and staring at their own reflection. But thousands of years before smartphones or mirrors existed, this began with a deadly ancient curse. Meet Narcissus. He was a 16-year-old boy whose beauty was so captivating that nearby flowers physically twisted to watch him. A local seer named Tiresias offered a cryptic prophecy about the boy. He would live a long, full life on one specific condition: he must never come face to face with himself. In the ancient world, this sounded like a physical impossibility. Without mirrors, how could a person ever truly look at their own face? Meanwhile, a water nymph named Echo was dealing with her own supernatural limitation. The goddess Juno had stripped Echo of her ability to speak her mind. This diagram illustrates the mechanics of her curse. Echo is the barrier on the right. She cannot initiate a conversation. She is physically forced to only bounce back the very last words she hears. We have two teenagers existing in parallel vacuums. One is blinded by his own physical perfection, and the other is silenced by a deity, creating a psychological trap for when they finally meet. The trap activates on a sunny day in the woods, when Narcissus stumbles upon a perfectly clear, undisturbed pond. Looking into the glassy water, he falls deeply in love with the radiant face, completely unaware it is his own. Hidden in the shadows nearby, Echo is watching him. As she looks at the boy, she falls completely in love. She desperately wants to call out to him, but she is physically bound to her curse and must wait in silence for him to speak first. They have reached a psychological deadlock at the edge of the water: a boy who refuses to look away, and a girl who is powerless to initiate contact. The silence breaks when Narcissus gazes into the pond and sighs, "I'm in love." From the brush, Echo immediately repeats back, "In love." In this flowchart of their communication breakdown, Narcissus assumes the voice looping back to him belongs to his reflection in the water, and on the right, Echo receives his words and sends them back, believing they are in a mutual dialogue. Trapped in this cycle, Narcissus ignores Echo and the rest of the world. He refuses to sleep, eat, or drink, paralyzed by his inability to touch the face in the water. Their specific conditions, extreme vanity and forced voicelessness, function like interlocking gears, setting them on a direct collision course. At sunset, a fading Narcissus whispers a heart-wrenching final goodbye to the water. From the darkening woods, Echo mournfully repeats his farewell. By sunrise, the boy is gone, replaced by the very first Narcissus flower, white petals guarding a bright golden heart. Left entirely alone, Echo slowly fades away in the wilderness. Eventually, nothing remains of her physical body, leaving only her repeating voice bouncing off the mountains. This ancient myth provides the framework for a psychological warning that we still cite thousands of years later. Extreme self-absorption cuts a person off from reality. When someone focuses entirely on themselves, they eventually lose the ability to connect with the people who actually care about them. It is healthy to feel good about who you are. The danger arises when you stare at your own reflection to the complete exclusion of the real world. If you find yourself dealing with a highly controlling person, someone who only wants you to validate and repeat their own thoughts, take a lesson from the myth. Do not become